NASCAR reverses its decision on the Clash at the Coliseum. We have a Matt DiBenedetto update, and Kyle Busch has a sponsor and why it's important. Let's get into it. Coming up next. What's going on, everybody? All right, let's hear what Ben Kennedy had to say first.
Hey, race fans. We've heard you loud and clear. I am happy to announce that on Saturday, February 3rd at the LA Coliseum, we're going to be opening our gates free to the public for practice, qualifying, and heat races for NASCAR Mexico Series and the NASCAR Cup Series. That is regardless of if you have a ticket to Sunday or not. And if you're thinking about coming out to Sunday but you haven't bought a ticket yet, you can go to NASCARclash.com.
Okay, so you heard him there. And I think he made the right decision. Of course, before we get any further, if you're not aware or we're living under a rock, we're not going to have any fans Saturday at the Clash of the Coliseum for practice and for the qualifying heat races, which have been some of the most exciting, if not the most exciting part of the new format since the Clash has moved to LA. So there was a lot of backlash. There was one defender, Jim Utter, of course, said what he said here. And you can read that while I'm talking. But aside from Jim Utter, everybody else that was in their right mind knew it was a really bad idea for NASCAR not to have fans at the track on Saturday for the event. But let's give credit where credit is due. Either Ben Kennedy listened to the fans, or Busch Beer saw the backlash and didn't want another Anheuser-Busch controversy. And, well, either way it got done. It was good. And not only is it good, it's going to be free to all of the fans. So it went from a really bad deal to an absolutely optimal deal, because the best part about the practice and the heat races being free is that lets anybody who was sort of on the fence but they didn't want to spend any money on it, like, it kind of interests me but I don't want to spend any money on it. It gives you the opportunity to go check it out for free, and not only do you get to see practice, but you get to see an actual race, even though it's a heat race. But like I said, I think the heat races have been the most exciting, so I think this is win-win for the fans out there in LA. So you see right here, RCR has a deal with Zone Gum. That, of course, is an ITG brand, and that will be a primary sponsor for Kyle Busch, an anchor sponsor. An anchor sponsor that takes over for 3Chi. So let me get into that in just a second. But what's interesting about this is, like I said, it's an ITG brand, which means RJ Reynolds. This is the first time RJ Reynolds has been a sponsor on a car in the sport since they got out of the sport in 2003. So it is a big deal from that perspective. And just to be fair and balanced, the same ITG that shut down the Winston Cup Museum in Winston-Salem. So just wanted to throw it out both ways. But as bad as that story was, this is a good story. So it has to be, you have to give them credit where credit's due. Be critical when it's time to be critical. That being said, it does take over the spot of 3Chi, and let's see what Bob Pockris had to say, because he went back and forth on it. Kyle Busch anchor sponsor for this year in Cup will be nicotine pouch company ITG brand Zone. No more 3Chi sponsorship for Busch. 3Chi wasn't on Kyle Busch's uniform today, but apparently the door is still open for them to return. So a lot of Kyle Busch fans read that, and they were upset because they like the brand, they like the sponsorship, and of course they like the advertising and the marketing and the product itself. So for those fans, there is still a chance. 3Chi later tweeted out something that said, hey, look, there's been a shift in our market, a change to our business, but if we can figure it out, we are going to keep our relationship with Richard Childress Racing. So there is a good chance that 3Chi will be back as long as they can get things figured out. It just won't be a full-time deal, but they do want to keep the thing going. So Kyle Busch fans, don't worry. There is still a chance that the 3Chi car rides again. That's not the only sponsor news. Michael McDowell will be racing with the Margaritaville Cruise Line on his car at the Clash. So that'll be a interesting sponsorship, to say the least. And you see here in sort of a sponsor swap, Advent Health goes to Legacy, but guess what? Trackhouse gets Wendy's. Wendy's will be apparently on SVG, Daniel Suarez, and Ross Chastain's car. And you see here, Legacy Motor Club picks up Gear Wrench from Stewart-Haas Racing. So Stewart-Haas Racing losing a sponsor. Of course, they gained Harrison's, but Gear Wrench is off of the 4. But Harrison's is coming over there. So sponsors keep moving and coming and going. They got, of course, Family Dollar and Dollar Tree. Legacy did the other day, too. So it's kind of interesting that some teams are getting a lot more sponsors coming in, and some teams are losing sponsors. But it seems like overall there seems to be more of an influx of sponsors so far. Of course, some people don't have a sponsor, and one of those people is Matt DiBenedetto. He released this today.
I just finished up my health stuff, getting ready for 2024 here at the racetrack, and I wanted to give you guys a delayed update. I appreciate your guys' patience. It's been a crazy few weeks, and for those who were not patient and were starting to get a little hostile with us, I was not leaving you guys in the dark, and I'd appreciate some grace, please. But either way, it's all good. And it's been a crazy few weeks, but we had a sponsor deal that we had to decide to pull the plug on and move forward from. So, unfortunate circumstances, but hey, it's all good. Everything will work out exactly how it's supposed to. It'll play out. Our life is good. Please don't feel bad for us, or there's nothing to feel bad about in our lives, in my life. We live a wonderful life. We got really good business stuff that's rocking and rolling. Things are going well. So we're just going to have to let 2024 racing stuff play out. Part-time, whatever opportunities fall our way and are meant to be and are the right fit, that'll all play itself out.
So kind of a bummer update for the Matt DiBenedetto fans. Looked like he had something lined up, and that sponsorship deal fell through. So looks like, as of right now, Matt DiBenedetto doesn't have a ride for 2024.
We're not looking to sail, Dave. We never have been, never will be. I think Matt loves NASCAR. I think he loves doing it different because it does shake up the silly season, but we're not looking to sail. Now, does that mean that we're looking for partners and different things like that? We always are looking for partners. We're looking for people that might want to partner with us, but we're not looking to sail. We never have been. And I don't foresee Matt looking to sail in the next 24 months. That's where we're at. And I said that back on a podcast, and I'm saying it today.
So, yeah, already had the memory card in the computer and was editing when I saw that particular news. But, yeah, so Kaulig is good to go for at least the next 2 years, according to Chris Rice there. And that was via SiriusXM satellite radio and the Dave Moody Show. So, yeah, Kaulig is good to go at least for the next 2 years. So, yeah. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll check you on the next one. If you want to help out the channel, you can visit the merch store. It is in the description. The link is in the description down below. If you got a question, comment, or anything like that, leave it down in the comments section. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.